I'll wait till a couple of you come on, but look. I had to show this. Back of the Land Rover. We got it on the back of the Land Rover. And it fits. It actually fits, look. So I know it looks a bit rough at the moment, but it's going to work. All the things are in line here. Also, underneath here is where they had to line up as well. So that lines up. You won't be able to see my face. I'll show you these things, okay? So all this welding has been done here, all over everywhere. If you can see there, all the welding's been done. The only thing I've got to get on now is these things, which and they've got to be welded down under here to hold this bed. And I couldn't get the right place for them until I had the back on. So, another one there, look. So, they get welded underneath onto the chassis here. And I thought I'd better put the back on before I welded them on, in case they were wrong. So, don't know if there's anybody on here or not. I haven't got my glasses on, hold on. It was a bit of an impromptu one. I just managed to get the back on, and I thought this was worth a live. Is there anybody there? Yeah. Yes! We're getting there. There's still a lot to do yet. So, I just lifted this on. Obviously, there's a good bit of welding to do with these things. So they fix on the chassis underneath. But because I thought it'd be easier to line them up. See that bit on the end? That's got to line up with a part under here. So I thought it'd be easier to bolt them on and then weld them on afterwards. So we are moving forward. This will come off again though. Hello Milo, hello C. Evans. Hello Happy Homebrew. Happy Sober Thursday. You wait till the rugby, I won't be so sober that day. So, I've ordered some parts for you if you want to see. This is all rotted out here, look. And what I was originally going to do was to build it up with steel. Ooh. If I can show you that. It's a bit of a job to show you when the camera's facing this way. See, this piece here is a new piece I bought. But all this here is all rotted out, up to there. So I was looking on eBay last night and I managed to find this part here and that. You can buy them to weld on. So I've ordered some of them now, 80 quid they were, so for each side. And I've got the bits that go in here. Sorry, I can't read the screen at the moment. This lot goes there, look. Ooh. You can see. And then you can hear something in the background. And then I've got the footwells to go in there. Make a sword out of that. This is a Series 3 Land Rover. And it was my dad's Land Rover. So is it 1980 or something like that? Cool, that's the way. I'd be doing exactly the same if I had phones when I was in school years ago. So, yes, I tell you what, this would be a good project for you if you get yourself an old car to learn to weld properly. Because I've welded all my life with an arc welder. Is it quiet, is it? Hold on. Try that. Is that any better? Yeah, it's an aluminium body on the back. It's aluminium all through, but they look better than they are. When you start taking them to bits, everything is just rotted. So this is the original chassis, and I've basically just plated it all to keep it original and rebuilt the back end. Yeah, so this has been a huge amount of work, but we are getting somewhere now. I'll switch the camera this way a bit. You can see everything on the back end has been welded. Can you see that? All this here, all underneath. The back, if you've watched me normally, oh, you're about to cook tea, that's the way. It's only a short one, Rick, I'm not going to be on for long. So, we've nearly come to the end of the welding, thank God. It's a huge amount of work this has been. Absolutely massive. I've even welded the front look on each side. See, all the way around there, underneath. I don't know if you can see that. Both sides. Here. All that back end there has been done from here. That was all cut off and snapped off. So, and underneath, perhaps you can see underneath, I've welded all that there. This thing was about rotting off. So, antioxidant, what's that? What's that? Yeah, a bit of grinding. I'm not going to go too fancy on the grinding because the welding's come out pretty good. And I will grind it back a bit. But I just wanted to fix this on, get them parts in the right place. Does welding make you gay? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So I've got to grind this back a bit, and then I'm gonna paint it all up then with hammerite, about 4 or 5 coats of hammerite. Well, I'm blind already, mate. I've only got 4% of my normal eyesight anyway, so I'm lucky with what I got left. What's green and smells of pork? No idea. That's one thing with these live things, they just go off, don't they? Kermit fingers. That's dreadful. That is dreadful, Rick. Well, here we are. So, oh, surprising, there's 33 on here already. I'm quite amazed how many of you see when it's on. But anyway, I thought I'd show you. I was quite happy that this back came on. I could tell you a really racist joke if you wanted me to, but I better not. I'd be chucked off. No idea, Grey Man. What do you think? I dare say you cruise him a bit. What's your favourite line? Yeah, I think I probably better not, Rick. So I was just pretty happy that we're moving on here, really. So we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. So we'll take this off again. It's looking a bit on the front. Yeah, I'll show you the front while I'm at it. So we're going to keep the original engine now. It is random, really random. We've been welding there, look. All the chassis weld there, underneath as well. And over here. And on the far side. Oh, I'm bound to knock my head or something. Oh. Here as well, look. All that's been welded. Under here. On top of there. Under there. So should be rock solid now. But this door frame here has got to be done again. If you can see, it's all rusted there. So all this door frame has got to be cut out and done. And this thing here. So, long way to go yet. Long way to go yet. Well, you've got to try and keep yourself busy, bud, haven't you? Got to try and keep yourself busy. No point laying about doing bugger all, is there? So, if you can see there, look. The outriggers I was talking about are like that. So they'll be welded on back underneath that. So exactly the same as that. And that's where the fuel tank was, but there'll have to be a new fuel tank there. Yeah, that's nothing to what it was, Rick. If you'd have seen what it was like. Well, maybe you did, I don't know. So we'll clean all this off and drill some holes in it and put in some rust inhibitor inside the chassis as well. Okay, Tar. Yeah, they're not due for another 2 weeks yet. Yeah, Killdozer. Okay, is that still on the internet? I remember watching that not long after it happened. Fair play to the guy. I never say that to anybody, but he did demolish that town, didn't he? Well, I think in the end the thing overheated or something, and he got stuck under a shop, didn't he? The roof come down on top of him. It was crazy. Yeah. Or didn't he fall out with the planning people? Something to do with his business or something like that. It was. Yeah. He just flipped, didn't he? And they tried everything to get him, and yeah, some nutters about in there. That's it. Yeah, he lifted it on top of himself somehow, didn't he? So he couldn't get out. And didn't they have 50 caliber rifle in there and a normal rifle? So he was shooting out, and they couldn't get at him. But I think he topped himself in the end, didn't he? He did mean business. They could not stop that thing. If that thing hadn't have overheated, I don't know what more he'd done. Yeah. Weird stuff happened. I tell you what, do you remember this then? There was a film when I was, this was early 80s, about this dozer that came alive. And there was this team of guys who went onto this island. What was it called? It could have been Killdozer, that one. And they were doing some work on this island. It was a real corny one. And the Killdozer came alive, this dozer came alive and started killing the guys on this island. Go and have a look for that. I watched that a while back. It was really corny, but all right. Nothing like the real thing had happened. Yeah, the news footage was insane. How are we talking about the Killdozer? I don't know. That's it, yeah. I think he dropped the top on top of the bulldozer, and it was full of concrete, so it couldn't be lifted off again. So he climbed in and then dropped it down with a crane or something. Just to assure you, this isn't going to be like that. This isn't going to be the Kill Land Rover. This is just going to be the Glad It's Going Land Rover. I think I'm going to call it Tommy, because my dad was called Tommy. Well, as you can see, it's weird when you do one of these things because you're having to read on the screen and everything. Oh, I never thought of that, yeah. But we're still going to call it Tommy. That's what we're going to do. It doesn't matter if they don't like it or not. And I might even put it on the side, Tommy. They are brilliant things. I really miss this thing. I'll be glad to get going because I've got a Kawasaki mule and the thing's forever breaking down. It's broken down again, the belt and the bearings are gone in the back wheel. It was corny as hell, this film. Well, I try my best to read him if I can. I don't think that'd go down well. Do you know, I was actually listening to Elon Musk talking about this the other day with Joe Rogan, and he actually admitted he was scared for his life because he was afraid he's going to be assassinated and that he has to be careful how much stuff he's going to put out. So that's pretty scary stuff. And 2 times they've tried to assassinate him already, apparently. Some random people have travelled to his house and stuff. That's it. I dubbed thee Tommy. We'll have a Tommy topping out ceremony. Yeah, Sir Tommy. We've been going quarter of an hour now, you know. It is scary times, but it is. It is. You just got to try and laugh about it, really, haven't you? Because I don't know where you're from, but in the UK, the people, the MPs and the prime ministers and that, they're so detached from the people, the real people. Real people just want to get on with life, and I'm afraid we've got a load of nutters just listen to themselves, really. Oh, it's North Wales, eh? Oh, that's it. I went up there to get a roller thing, but 2 or 3 years ago, for rolling steel. UK is like a movie. It's like a nightmare. Yeah, you just got to keep positive, drive on. Don't look at that mainstream media stuff. That's the best thing. Look a bit for yourself, and if you get a bit down, just don't bother looking at all. Yeah. Do you know, I was on about going up to North Wales because I said in one of my random things before, I absolutely love Northern Soul dancing, and they do some things up there in North Wales. They don't do them in my area at all. So you've got to travel up to Whitchurch or North Wales or up north to get anywhere. So I love Northern Soul music. Absolutely brilliant. I've got it going in my pocket most of the time. I might put a playlist up here for you lot if you want one day. There's about a good 20 or 30 songs. It's brilliant to listen to. It'll have your foot tapping all day long. God, there's 50 of you on here now. Thank you for watching, everybody. Fair play. It was only an off-the-cuff one, this. I haven't got it on there yet, Rick. If you want, I'll put it on the playlist so you can. It won't be monetized, and then you can just play it when you want. Then, I'm not sure how to do it yet because if I put it on, I might drag all the videos into a YouTube video or play it or something. Hillbilly dance class. That's it. Yeah, I love all music, but at the moment it's Northern Soul. I got to say, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Hello, Aidan. How are you? Yeah, nice up Scotland there. We used to go up Scotland on holiday to, let me think, where was it called now? They used to have a bit, it's gone off the top of my head now. I used to love it up there. Yeah, I'd be a bit of a Billy No Mates, wouldn't I? Yeah, just doing it on my own. We could do a Northern Soul night on a live, perhaps. No, nothing like Tom Jones. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. He's still kicking, old Tom Jones, isn't he? No flying planties, no. I think he had plenty in his time, didn't he? His missus reckons that he was just shagging women all the time. All the time. Full stop. She had no, well, hundreds of them. Oh, yeah, well done. Yeah, it's a nice town, to be fair. Funny enough, I don't go out a lot in Raider these days, only if I want to watch a rugby or something. Sometimes we go to Bilth a lot, because a lot of the lads I go for a drink with are out in Raider all the time, you know. Yes, yeah, I agree with you, Rick. There was one hushed up thing happened there, wasn't there? Oh, yeah. Down in Swansea there. Well, there's a big uni in Aberystwyth not far from me. 16 miles north of Inverness. Carmichael, that's where I went up that way. It was Carmichael Cottages, it was called. We went there for about 3 times, Aidan. And it was a lovely place. like a huge estate with a load of cottages on it. What do you call them? Like workers' things turned into holiday cottages. Ah, served with a lass from Aberdeen. Oh, did you? No, that's interesting because we used to tack sheep down Telsan. Don't know, is that the same place? That's where we used to drive in this Land Rover. We used to drive there back and forwards for about a week, taking the sheep there because we had a lot of sheep back then, and we were down in Telsan. So that would be not far from Talsano, I should imagine. I don't know. I got itch in my nose. So what's that? What's Clevedon area? Clevedon earlier looking over at Wales. Yeah, this Land Rover spent so many trips back and forward there. We used to go for like 3 trips in a day because it was a long one. We'd fill the box with sheep up on the back. You maybe have 50 or 60 on. And then there was a farm we used to rent. There was a big farm my dad and his brother used to rent. And they'd take a lorry. And God, it used to take us a week to take a sheep there. Because we had a lot of sheep there, not like now. My relatives had, or both my grandfathers, one of them had 5,000 sheep, and the other side had 2,000 sheep, and my dad had about 800 then. No, I haven't heard of that. But have you heard this? This is something interesting for you. That's come into my head now, Aidan. Do you know Little House on the Prairie? Well, that was based on my great-great-great-great-grandmother, or great-great-great-great-grandmother, because they came to do a history thing here, somebody from America. They'd been following up the history. And apparently she was one of my great-great-great-great-great-grandmothers, the lady on that, you know, on that in the book. That's it, yeah. Oh, right, I didn't know that. This place we used to go was called Talsan. So it might be a bit of a different place. It was on the way to Aberaeron. Yeah, I think it is. Definitely. I think we will be if we carry on like this. It's funny, I've been here 52 years, and my dad had been here since 1964. And when I was in my teens, there was quite a few people came from America to do like, to find out their history. And another person came here wondering about, in America, in New York, there's a building that's, the guy who owned the building died many years ago, and he was an Edwards, and the same as our family, and he left it for this Edwards family, and they can never find the relatives. And this thing is worth billions. It's somewhere in New York by one of the massive skyscrapers, and he came over and he was trying to find all that out. Ah, yeah. Well, funny enough, one of my relatives was similar, I think. We heard in the distant past. So it wasn't for that. It was something else. I don't remember what it was now. Yeah, you're right there. You're right. Hello there, Kevin. How are you? See, up this way, when my dad was a boy, the Clearwind Dam, that wasn't built then. And up there, if you built a house overnight, some kind of a shelter, you'd have the right to take that property sort of thing. And even we're looking back only 100 years ago, it was pretty Wild West up here. They would do anything to stop them doing it. So, I see. There's lots in the past nobody knows about, isn't there? Lots of stuff. Like I said, 100 years ago, UK was a totally different place, wasn't it? It was quite a rough place. Well, around here, it was sort of like the Wild West round here, because everybody had got hefted sheep on areas, you see. So where I am now, where the sheep are in the fields, but most of the hilly areas around here, they used to have hefted sheep areas. So my dad's farm and other areas of farms would have areas up on the hill that they go to take the sheep for summertime. And sometimes people would push their sheep onto that ground, and you had to go shepherding all the time, and that pretty hard nut to keep them off, I tell you. Well, yeah, you're not far wrong there. Oh, yeah. The Methodist movement. There was some kind of carpenters around then. Beautiful work when you go into a church, always. Do you know my favourite church? I know we're going on to random subjects here. I went to a funeral in a place called Bontrid Vendiged, and there's a church as you just go through that little place on the right, and you go in there and it's absolutely beautiful. There's 2 levels, and when you go in there, you're like, genuinely, I think it's the most beautiful place I've ever been in. I don't know yet, Rick. The missus come then before, so I'm not sure. It's up to her. You know what it's like? Just eat what's put in front of you. Well, I'm going to leave you now. I can't believe I've been on here for half an hour. This is unbelievable. No, it won't be corn for sure. This Land Rover, it be exactly like Trigger's broom. It'll have 15 heads and 1 handle on it. But I'll show you something here now. I know she looks rough, doesn't she? She looks terrible. Look at this. Where's it on there? There we are. It's only done 60,000. 60,000 hard miles, though. Same to you, Aidan. Oh, yeah. I got to say, it's quite interesting talking to all you people. I see you're always nice enough to comment on the channel, and it's genuinely nice to talk to you. Baler twine, Welsh welding rods that we call them. I'm still pretty good at that. Most of my fences are up with that. 4 candles. Same to you, Rick. Yeah, the family that had this before my dad bought this farm, she used to come down here and stay for years and years afterwards. And she was a lady who used to do a lot of gardening, and she could grow anything. They say this thing, people have got green fingers. Well, this lady, what was her name now? Can't remember. Agnes. I used to go off to court to stay at her place. She could grow anything. She could grow anything. She'd put it in the ground and it'd grow, and normal people are not like that. I don't think it's free. It's going to cost a lot. Oh, really? God, that'd be something, yeah. At the moment, I've been stuck on 4,600, is it? And they won't let me, I went over it the other day to 4,700. It's back down again now. So I think the few vids I've been putting up lately has upset them a bit. Yeah, definitely. It's a small world, isn't it? If you go on holiday, you always see somebody. But, yeah, so that was this one for today. I'm going to leave you now, people. Yeah, well, there's a different bunch of MPs to what we got now, them tosses we got now. So, hey, look after yourself. Thank you very much for watching me live. I genuinely didn't expect you all to be on here, so I'm off to carry on. Same to you. Ta-da.